everybody. How's it going? Give me a second here. Howard's going to kill me. I have lost the paperwork, the requisition forms for his blood work. I found mine. Hey, how's it going? Let me just pop out the participants here and say hi to BooTube. Carol McKinney, Christelle, hi, darling. Dallas, Daydream Believer, and a Homecoming Queen. Donna Holland, Jean Phillips, Our Half Acre Homestead, Stina, Rena, Stephen, Rena, Terry, and everybody else is piling in. Let me pop out my chat here. And let me hit this. F11. Oh, crap. F11, restore chat. Okay, live chat. Hey! How's it going? Yes, Nancy's back. And yeah, don't look at my hair. It's still in its knot from my shower this morning. How was morning? Well, it's been busy. I've still got 2 rows left. Oh, just let the air at it for a little bit. I still got, because it's still damp where it was tied up in the knot. I still have 2 rows left. I have 1 V left on row 3, and then I got 2 more rows to do. Oh my God. Oh, hey. I was supposed to, I have been for a week, supposed to set up appointments for mine and Howie's blood work, and I can't find his. So now he's going to come home and say, did you phone the doctor today? And I'm going to say, no, I didn't. Did you phone RAMQ today? No, I didn't. So tomorrow I got to phone the doctors. My nose is itchy. I have to phone the doctor's office, get Howie a new blood work requisition form. You know what's coming next, right? My goodness, yes. That's okay. Come on. Oh, you've got your collar on, you poor thing. What the hell's going on, Gracie? It's not even on right. Come here and see Mom. Come here. Oh, Gracie wasn't feeling well yesterday. Oh, mommy baby. How you feeling today? Your nose is nice and wet and cold. Now what Jim has done to see prepare the old. I know, I have some clean Q-tips here. Sorry folks, I gotta do this while she's here. Let me see. Oh, it's so dirty in there, Gracie. Oh my goodness. That's nasty. Let me see. Keep your paw there. Let Mommy see. No. Oh. Yes. Isn't that better? There's one ear. Where's my other Q-tip? There it is. Oh, goodness. All right, you got away from me. All right. Oh, there you go. Yes, my baby. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, no. Nancy's vacuuming. If you find that, where is it? I just ran over an old bubble envelope, and she'll take it and rip it up all over the place if I don't. All right, guys. I'm a little flummoxed here. Hey, Marcus Moss, Furby, Tracy, Kathy Miller, Kim Solomon, Megan Clark, Trina Bomer, Angeline Wade, Angeline Wading, Pat Lundberg. All right, my hair has gotten some air. I'm not even going to bother brushing it. I'll brush it before bed, give it its 100 strokes, but right now I'm just going to put it up. Or Paula. Hi, Paula. Well, don't expect me to remember that overnight, eh? Give me a second here. Hey, the Mod Squad. Bev, your hair is getting so long. Well, that's because I haven't cut it in like 2 years or a year and a half. And I just keep getting it out of my way and forget it. The other night I got out of bed and my ponytail had come out in the night. Well, I don't really do a ponytail. It's kind of just a loose braid kind of thing, but it came out and I got up to go to the bathroom and Howie, how am I going to do this? Then Howie got up to go to the bathroom and we passed each other in the hall and he's like, I said I'd seen myself in the mirror. I said, I didn't realize how long, because I don't look at my hair. I just, and Howie's like, I didn't realize how long it got. It's halfway, it's like at the back of my bra, right? So I'm going to have to, oh my goodness, Christmas came early. Nancy brought me something. It's in tomorrow's video, you'll see. And I can't really say any more without telling you. How can I send you a Christmas present? I saw this and you came to my, oh, you know what's missing? You know what's missing? Is, my chop wizard? We can't find the carafe. Nancy's looking everywhere for it because her and her sister both cleaned and we can't find it. And everybody knows how many of those I've been through because I've broken the hinge. Well, I've been really looking after this one. I've got all the parts, but it's the carafe that keeps breaking. It's missing. I have to cut onions by hand. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. Hey, what's Sally? So Bev, did you do the mirror? I'm not sure I understand the question, Furby. I am making ribeye steaks for the first time tonight. Any advice? Did you marinate them? I have a frozen old steak. Remember the steaks I bought at Giant Tiger? They were like on sale for like $3 off and they were $5.47. And I put a bunch in the freezer. Well, I keep finding them. And they've been in there since May. So it's like there's a lot of crock pot comfort food coming on. Put them in your Ninja. Snowing like crazy here. Oh, put them in my Ninja. Oh, I never thought of that. I asked you to say yes and no in front of the mirror. Well, I'm looking in the camera. Yes. Thank you. So I have Furby's coaching me. I have to learn how to say thank you and yes. Because people want to send me things and I keep saying, it's okay. You don't need to send me anything. And Furby's teaching me, you just have to learn to say, oh, how lovely, thank you. Right? I'm really, it's taken me a very long time to actually accept gifts in the mail. Beef roast in the crock pot. We'll send the card to the slap chop. Send the carafe to the slap chop with your present inside. Thank you, Dallas. Dallas, what are you doing? Never mind. I'm just gonna say thank you. I don't know what I'm doing. I have stuff in Amazon and Walmart boxes. I don't even know what's in there yet. I'm pretty sure I ordered stuff for myself. It's in the box. Tony DeLuca. Oh, Terry beat me to it. Hey, Bob Brink. How's Big Sky Billings, Montana today? Thank you, Furby. Thank you. So, terrible wind and rain. Oh, well, stay warm. I got a crock pot meal coming for you tomorrow. And I used today to do some quilting, right? You got the candy cane video because I did the candy cane wreath and the lemon cranberry pound cake both in the same day. So that's why you got a video for today, because what was I doing yesterday? Yesterday was Sunday. I don't know what the hell I was doing. But anyway, I love watching my stars kind of go, Hey, Christelle. Jean, how are you? And Rose, darling. And Deborah C. North winds are a blowing today. Cold. I've been quilting. I've got 2 rows left. I'm okay. Hang on a second, folks. Okay, I'm centered as much as I can be in that short time allotment. I love the candy cane wreath you made. Well, you know what? I'm thinking of making another one. Why? Because somebody gave me some ideas on how to do it differently. So let me know if you want an alternative candy cane wreath video, because I'll make one. But I'm also going to make another wreath from dollar store stuff. It's going to be a dollar store wreath for my front door. Not my outdoor front door, because that thing's got a broken window and it's been had cardboard on it for a year. So we have a freeze warning here, and it's so cold for my southern blood. Well, it's pissing down rain. It has been all day. Wouldn't be surprised if that changed to snow tomorrow. Please make another wreath and let us see the video. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to make a dollar store wreath, but I might make another candy cane wreath. I'm just going to, I'm going shopping on Friday with Briar. It's the only time. So there may not be a Freaky Friday at all until Friday night. Arthur and Mel are coming on Sunday, not Monday. So the way things are going is, I had a phone call. I had a nice talk with Nan last night. Please talk to Bev in all caps. Same here, Mama, it raining. I think we got snow coming really bad. I think this is just the fall or winter. It's trying to break the back of fall. Okay. Every season must, well, maybe not break the back, but every season resists the change. And so the next season coming in literally has to kind of beat it down and say, no, you're done. It's my turn, right? I don't know how other people think, but I look at all of the earth as a living organism, weather and everything. And the more we interfere with crap, anyway, let's not go there. My thoughts are with Super Hazer today. I think he had to say goodbye to his kitty. No. Oh, poor baby. He's going to be brokenhearted. I mean, if you think about it, Bev, have you ever owned horses? Nope. Ridden a couple. Never owned one. I live in Quebec, and I see horses everywhere. And I don't understand why people have them. To me, I call them hay burners, because I live on an acre. Where am I going to keep a horse? What am I going to use it for? And I'll be damned if I'll eat it, because they're like big dogs. I love horses. Okay, I love donkeys. I want a mule. Okay, but I can't have them, right? So no, I've never owned horses. -3 and snow in Yorkshire 2 days ago. Wow. Hey, Bob Brink. Thank you, darling. Andrew, how good to see you. Love you and the entire Connected Hearts family. Thank you, Bob. Our snow's almost completely gone. You know that big, beautiful snow I got? It's almost completely gone. Look at this. She will not go in that crate. She's laying on the floor. Okay. You a mule, Gracie. Well, yeah, big dog. A dozen roses for my wonderful family here on Connected Hearts. Thank you, Dallas. Okay, I got to read some of these big, they're flashing at me. What are you getting Howie for Christmas? I already got it for him. I got him a snowblower. His old snowblower, we bought, I think we paid like $500 for it at Canadian Tire, and it's done. It's really done. And I looked online, and the one I wanted to get him was $1,200, and I didn't have $1,200. I had 9. Okay, I had 8, but I scrambled for the other $100. And I saw one, the exact one I wanted to get him, that was $1,200. It was only used like 2 or 3 times last winter, but it was too big for the people who owned it. They lived in the city. And it had been winterized and gas stabilized and all these things. It was like brand new. $900. Merry Christmas, Howie. And I got him a pair of the Dickies. insulated overalls so that when he's working out in the garage, he can keep his, if he's laying on the floor under a car or he has to get down on the floor, that will protect his kidneys and his, his bowels and his organs from the cold concrete floor, right? Raph, how's it going? What are you baking? Need perhaps a bundt cake? No, why would I need a bundt cake? It's a bundt. I would have done the pound cake in a bundt pan, but I am not doing the crazy baking I usually do every year this year. Why? Arthur's gluten intolerant. Howie and Mom and Karen are all diabetics. Okay. I am pre-diabetic. So what I'm doing is I'm baking and I'm giving some away and then I'm keeping some for company. Okay. Today is a great day. Megan says, my 1-year-old puppy just got out of the hospital from eating toxic chemicals. Oh my God. You're lucky his kidneys didn't fail. St. Andrew's Day today. Is it? It's your patron saint's day, Andrew. Now, Andrew. Okay, who is Andrew? Tell me what what he is the patron saint of, Andrew. Hey, Paula. So, I'm so sad. I'm gonna send Super Hazer an email. Maybe I'll send him I'm thinking of you card. Hey, Paula, Julie H, Paula Mole Queen. Oh God, the winds are picking up. Really? We have almost no wind. It's just rain, rain, rain. And I've turned on the electric heat. I'm waiting for Howie to come home because if he doesn't split me, he wants to come home to a nice warm fire, but he's got to leave me kindling, right? Are you on live chat? Yes. Why? Hi, Laurie. How are you? Patron saint of Scotland. He probably invented golf. Thank you. I knew he was a patron saint of something I should know, right? Why is Boxing Day on Monday this year and not on the 26th? Boxing Day is going to be on Boxing Day. It's the day after Christmas. It's always Boxing Day. It doesn't say on my calendar, but Boxing Day is always the day after Christmas. I know in other countries that celebrate Boxing Day, like in the UK, the old way was to move it. If it landed on a Sunday, you moved it to the following Monday or Tuesday, but we never do that here. Yeah, Boxing Day's on a Saturday this year because Christmas is on a Friday. So that means I got Howie Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be wonderful. Did you see your supper chat? What, my super chat from, I don't know what a super chat is. What's a super chat? I don't know what it is. Oh, Christelle, we're doing wonderful. My grandson is 1 year old today, and yes, it is St. Andrew Day in Scotland. Well, happy birthday to you. I'd sing to him, but he probably won't watch, so. Well, I don't know how it works in the States. Ours is on Sunday. Boxing Day is always Sunday. I was tipped, yes, by Bob Brink. He sent me a lovely $20, and I thank you very much because he said, love to you and the entire Connected Hearts family. I know, Kim. I saw it. I was tipped. It was wonderful. Happy birthday, Rena's grandson. Okay, so here's what's coming up. Oh, my gosh. Okay, I've got to roll myself some. Tomorrow, I'm baking. I'm probably going to make my gluten-free peanut butter cookies, and I'm probably going to make something else gluten-free. I'm going to make 2 gluten-free desserts for Arthur. Well, not just for Arthur. This is the thing we got to say. Howie goes, you got to stop saying it's for Arthur. And I said, why? And he goes, because he thinks the entire dessert or whatever is for him. No, I just make it so that everybody can enjoy it, including him. That's what I mean. Yes, Stephen, I'm rolling. How are you, darling? So, I'm going to do a little bit of blueberry and a little bit of Cindy. Can I use oranges instead of lemon in the cranberry lemon pound cake? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I will tell you, only use the juice of one. The lemon, I had too much. And it wouldn't thicken as much as I would have liked. But I was going to do orange cranberry pound cake. But what happened was I had orange oil that I got from Bulk Barn, and it's pure orange oil, and I was going to use that to put in the cake. So I ate the 2 oranges I had Howie buy for the zest and juice. And then I went to pick up my thing, and I didn't notice it was accidentally empty. I had spilt it down the drain. So that's why we did lemon. Put it on your feet, man. But absolutely use orange. That's what I was going for originally, right? U.S. does not have Boxing Day. There you go, see? Do we get to watch your gluten-free cookies? Absolutely. I'm just making peanut butter and something else. And it's a surprise, so I'm not going to tell you. Apparently it's taken, what I'm going to make has taken, the world by viral storm. So that pound cake was awesome, and there is no more. Cranberry pistachio biscotti. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I have 2 left in the freezer. And so they're going to be for, I'm actually going to send one home with Nancy. Did you hear that, Nancy? No. I'm sending you home with a lemon cranberry pound cake. Don't let me forget.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's why I make them, right? So this is the way things are going to go, all right? Arthur and Mel are coming up on Sunday. I'm not a baker, though. Hey, Nancy, they wouldn't let me be a baker in the bakery.
No, you only got to do scones.
I only got to do scones and cookie dough because apparently I was really good at sales and they always wanted me up front. But I had this idea that they should have let me run with. Never mind. I don't want to talk about it. It's depressing. Anyway, I don't consider myself a baker because I'm not taught. You should make a pig picking cake. What's a pig picking cake? Okay?
I made one of those.
What is it? Come here, Nancy. What is a pig picking cake? Get in here. Come in here. Hey, everybody. Hi. Say hi to Nancy. Okay.
I looked up online. It was mandarin oranges, crushed pineapple, and like a vanilla cake.
Okay, you lost me with the pineapple. I'm not a huge pineapple fan.
I love pineapple. That's good.
Yeah, but I don't have to feed you.
Oh, okay. Anyways, I'm back at it.
All right, baby. I love you.
Love you too.
Everybody says hi, Nancy.
Hi, everybody.
No, I'm good, sweetheart. Thank you. She brings me tea and everything. But Nancy's going to be back again. She's going to, this is what's coming up. Okay. All right. Send me the recipe. Now I'm discombobulated again because I keep looking at the chat, and that's what drives the people who don't like my live streams crazy, because I'm all over the place like a monkey in a tree. All right. So what's going on is Sunday. I have to wrap presents. Sunday. I keep forgetting tomorrow's December. Sunday, Arthur and Mel are coming. And they're getting their cat. Their one cat had its tower, the cat towers, fell over, and you know how they have platforms? Well, I guess one of the platforms, the cats clung to the tower as it fell, and the platform hit his leg and snapped his leg in half. One of their cat, Durin. So they had to have pins he had to have surgery. Had to have like a plate and pins put in his leg and everything. And so he goes for his x-ray this week because they have to keep him. It's really hard to keep a cat from moving too much. Vince Pellegrino! Bev, mixed feelings today. I live in Florida and my friend lives in Massachusetts, totally handling COVID differently. He says he's starting to resent me because I get to do the things he can't. You tell him that he shouldn't resent you. Okay? He should resent the fact that your country cannot get its shit together my country's doing no better. I mean, think about this. In Ontario, there's massive lockdowns in the Toronto and Peel region, and I get it because it's such a crowded place. Okay? But in Montreal, which is a big city, and I mean in Toronto, they're closing everything small down, only leaving big box stores open and stuff like what they figure is necessary. But they're going to kill the businesses of the small people, right? Whereas in Montreal, they're encouraging you to sanitize, wear proper masks, but shop local. And they're letting the small businesses keep open because it's the future of our finances in our country is at stake, right? Government needs to get their shit together. Thank you. But I mean, you tell him that you feel bad, but it shouldn't be you he's resenting because you have no control over the situation. What does he want you to do? Sit in your house and do nothing when the law says you can do otherwise? Right? He may feel that it's unfair, but it doesn't mean it's wrong, right? If Boxing Day falls on the weekend, then the UK has Monday off. Okay, that's the way. See, Christmas is falling on a Friday. Okay, let me see this. Christmas is falling on a Friday. So that means Howie will get the Monday off because Boxing Day is falling on Saturday. Feel me? So he'll have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. He'll have a nice 4-day break. Why not close the big box stores and let the little stores stay open? Because the big box stores are what's supplying the people. But little stores, smaller businesses, I mean, look at Giant Tiger in Wakefield. It's not a huge store, but I feel safer going there than I do going to Food Basics, which is a big grocery store. Why? Because I know 90% of the people that work there. Well, I don't know them, but I know them to see them, right? And I know some of their names. They have shields up, which the cashiers stay behind. The people working, they wear gloves, they wear masks when they're working outside in the store. They have everything set up so that you sanitize your hands going in. They make sure you're wearing a mask. Even the carts, you can't bring a cart in from outside. You have to leave it for the cart boys or the cart guys. And so you walk in the store, there's a machine, you sanitize your hands. And there's a guy standing there making sure you don't bring in a cart from outside and you don't, or that you sanitize your hands, that you're wearing a mask. And he offers you a clean, sanitized cart. Every time the carts come in, they get all sanitized and put in the queue, right? So the carts over here have to be cleaned, and they clean them as they bring them in and put them over here, and that's where you get your cart. Hey, Sage Spa. Tell your friend to blame his... No. Let's stop about that. Let's talk about this. It's not blame. Okay? Blame is listening to the negative narrative that's going on outside our bubbles that we are keeping ourselves in. Okay? Arthur and I had a really long discussion on vaccines today, right? And he's like, well, blah, 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 vaccines are important. They're this, they're that. I said, Arthur, I won't get a vaccine for COVID. And he's like, why? I said, because, honey, my system is a crapshoot for introducing anything pharmaceutical or foreign to my body. It's a crapshoot every single time. When they administer, like with my colonoscopy, just because I had one before and the medicine worked great, didn't mean I wasn't going to react to it the next time they did it. My body has a way of going, ooh, what was that? I will be ready for it next time, right? My body will let it go if it happens once. But if it happens again, it goes, I'll be waiting. And the third time, it's like, no, you're not allowed to have that anymore. Bum, 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 bum. Do the funky chicken, break out in hives. Time to keep it. Vibe up. Exactly. So, and there's even no blame on the virus. The virus is an inanimate thing. well, it's not inanimate. It's a living thing. But you can't blame something for doing what it was designed to do. There is no blame. It's just shit we got to deal with every day. New things are going to come along. And if we stay entrenched on how things are supposed to be, we're never going to be able to function in how things need to be now. Right? So fighting what's the obvious is just a waste of energy. They have put a banner on I-95 that the vaccine companies will be responsible for liability. Oh, of course, yes, Deborah, Nan and I are going to make snowballs, and we're going to make shortbread, okay? And we're going to decorate the tree together. Okay. What was I talking about? What's coming up? All right. So let's before I go for any further, let's just say before you ever use the word blame, before you ever point a finger in accusation, before you ever get angry about something that is beyond your control, think it all the way through. How is your reaction going to play out in the long run? How is how you're dealing with it going to play out in the long run? And how are you making yourself and other people feel by not working in solution, by just living in blame and anger, right? How about you post your favorite turkey leftover recipe? I'm going to make my turkey shepherd's pie after turkey dinner. Break time. Oh yeah, okay, Stephen. But I keep, people get upset with me because I don't stay on topic. But if I I get distracted so easy. I'm a monkey in a tree. So what's coming up? I'm not going to look at the chat for a minute. Please forgive me while I do this. I have to turn this on too for a second. Please forgive me. But I have to get some medication into my system. I'm in a lot of pain. I've been quilting. I quilted for about 3 hours. And if you can see, this wrist is not so bad, but this one's swollen. This is my right hand. And my wrists have been sore for days. So I'm just going to get my stuff together here. Now what's coming up is Arthur and Mel are coming on Sunday. One day this week, I have to wrap presents. I still have to work on that quilt. Even if I can't have it ready for Arthur and Mel to take back down to the city with them for my nephew. So they're coming Sunday. And Arthur and I are also talking about editing. I can turn this off now. They're going to stay it depends on Duran. It depends because they're bringing their cats. Because they can't leave Duran behind. Because if he breaks out or he does something, like he has to be kept somewhat confined. Like his movements confined. And they can't just leave him, right, for a couple of days with food and water. Because he could very easily re-break his leg. It's still healing. So, it all depends on what the x-rays show. But they'll probably bring the cats with them. Now, I know what you're thinking about. You're thinking about Gracie, right? Great. What's going to happen is Gracie's going to go in her crate when they're going to phone me when they hit our road. And I'm going to put Gracie in her crate. And they're going to come in the house. And they're going to take the cats downstairs because they will keep them confined in the big back bedroom. And set up their litter box and all that stuff. And then Gracie can come out. Gracie has been taught not to go down the basement stairs. All right. Can you do a quilting Q and answer live? I'm not a master quilter, guys. I am self-taught. Positive, happy thoughts, folks. Don't let negativity win. Absolutely. So then they're either going to go home Monday or Tuesday, depending on how Duran is responding to being in our house. I can just see Arthur with kids. Like Mel is a lot more relaxed and easygoing. Arthur's more very, very, very specific about how he wants things and how he wants his cats to be raised. I can just see the nightmare of grandmotherhood when that happens. Have you tried wrist braces or compression glove? I do have a compression glove that I wear for quilting, but it doesn't do as good as a brace would, and I can't really do it while I'm quilting. So, hang on. You're going to feel like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. I had 3 turkeys and watched Bev to figure out what to do with them. We will have yummy soup and broth and jars. Good for you, Lori. Excellent. Okay, hang on a second, folks. This isn't going to be as tight, so I may end up coughing a lot. Now, remind me that I told about what... So what we're going to do is, Arthur, I'm going to make a spatchcock chicken and rice for our dinner on Sunday. And we're going to play board games. And I do believe Briar's taking Friday off because Friday we're going shopping. I have to go pee. I'll be right back. Nancy? Yeah? Have I told you today I love you? Yes. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine. Watch me get dinged for that. Oh, okay. Christelle, congratulations, by the way, on acing your test. Bravo! Bravo! Okay. I have an extra brace, but it's for my left hand. Would that help? No, sweetheart. It's okay. It's okay, honey. Ahmad Sanders says, Bev, whatever happened to my half plus land? Because it's always our half-acre homestead. This is what I'm going to advise people who are making YouTube videos. Okay? You get a channel, you make sure that the name can grow with you. Our half-acre homestead cannot grow with us because we are still homesteaders in the sense that we grow food. When we get the opportunity, we know how to butcher our own. We know how to raise our own. I do canning. I do dehydrating, all that stuff. But our life is progressing in a different direction because we're getting older. So it's slowly becoming, I will always say, this is Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead because I've been saying it every day for 11 years. All right? But it's actually becoming life with the Wolfes so that we can move on forward together. You have another one tomorrow? You'll be wonderful, darling. You'll be wonderful, Christelle. We'll make sure you're in our prayers, but you don't need a baby. You got this. I know. I saw you. I know you were really nervous, but I saw you, and the moment you started doing what you had to do, you were in the zone. That's the way it's always going to be for you. You're a natural, okay? Don't let somebody else quizzing you on what you know you're doing is right to throw you off from being in the zone. That makes sense? Oh, okay. So, do you guys use the extra Acer you bought back a few years ago? Oh, the acre. Oh, the acre. Yeah, of course we use it. Of course we use it. It's not even a full acre. It's like a hair. You know, it's like a little sliver, you know, like a meter or a couple of feet shy of an acre. So it is what it is. But I mean, we're going to be moving forward. We're moving forward. Howie wants to go to Tennessee in 2022 for Bristol, Tennessee. So I'm hoping that we have enough time that we are going to be able to put it together and maybe even do a meetup, right? Now, Nan, I called Nan last night. because I have been, you know what? When you live on YouTube, okay, when most of your life is on YouTube, note I say most, you have a tendency to let other people get into your head, or you guys influence me as much as I influence you, right? So I've been hearing, people saying, "Oh no, don't do this," and I started thinking that maybe I was pressuring Nan to come and see us, and I didn't want to be responsible for that, because if Nan got sick, Howard's entire family will blame me. It's just that simple. They will blame me. But that's not the big deal. You're welcome, sweetheart. Hey, Super Hazer, CFF. How is Kitty? What's going on? I haven't been on Facebook today, but somebody said your kitty is not, the tumor was too far gone, or what's going on, sweetheart? Please tell us. I will look for it just so you fill it in. Just want to let you know, Bev, if I don't visit for a few days, don't worry, I'll be okay. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Sherry, give me a second. I am so sorry, baby. Oh, you had to put your cat down. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. When you have a pet, they're not just a pet. They're our family. And I'm sorry. And I can only imagine what I would do if somebody told me I had to put Gracie down right now. It would gut me in so many ways. Oh, baby. Well, you know what? Did you hear? Super Hazer lost his fur baby. Gracie says she's sending you love. Anyway, she's a very sensitive dog. So anyway, it is heartbreaking, because especially, I wanted to say this earlier, CFF. I wanted to say this earlier, but I didn't want to say it because you weren't here. And what I want to say is, when people live very much alone, not that we're shut-ins or anything, but when we live our lives on a kind of routine that has to be looked after for our health, we grow to depend on our fur babies for more company and more companionship than human beings. And when that fur baby is gone, or we have to voluntarily let them go, it is gutting. Yeah, I know. So, I love you, sweetheart, and we'll talk soon, okay? All right. Nan. People show this wonderful woman your love, only 78 thumbs up and 179 watching. Honey, it's okay. I gotta say this. Sherry, baby, I love you, Sherry. Mwah. She was kind of the only one, but I know that is a part of it. See you all, and thank you all. Okay, baby. We'll talk to you soon. Okay? I love you. I love you too. You don't love me more. It's impossible. So anyway, I talked to Nan last night because I had been getting all this feedback about whether or not she should even leave her apartment. Well, let me tell you something. I've been worried because I love my sister-in-law, Karen, but she's a crappy cook, and that's the truth. And Mom's too, elderly and frail to do much cooking. So if Karen's not heating up something or doing something really simple like hot dogs, craft dinner, soup, and sandwich, they're ordering out. So I haven't had Mom here for a meal in almost 2 years. So I'm getting anxious that I want her here. I want to make her scones and shortbread and oatmeal and all the good things that she needs to put in her body. Right? But I started to wonder whether I was being selfish about wanting her here for us. Am I being selfish to want her here? So I phoned her last night and we had a talk. And um and I phoned her and I said, "Now listen, Mom, I gotta be honest here. All right? I'm not sure." Why did my light go out? Did I step on it by accident? Oh, I see. It's not plugged in all the way properly. There we go. Sorry, folks. You didn't have your tree lit. So I phoned Mom last night. Like, I got her on Facebook and in Messenger, and I said, "I'm going to call, so make sure Karen brings you the phone." Right? And, oh, yeah, I'm going to make good food, of course. So, anyway, I phoned her and I said, "Look, Mom, I need you to know that I love you, oh, so, so very much. And I desperately want you to be here. But I don't want you to be here if you have any doubts whatsoever about your safety or any fears whatsoever around your health. We are taking a risk. We're bringing her from one province to another. And Ontario's in a bad way. And she's not that far from Toronto, right? So I said, "Mom, if you get sick, it's on me." She said, "No, it's not. It's on me because I want to come." And I said, "Okay, Mom, we will do everything we possibly can to make sure you're as safe as we can make you. Okay? But I need to know, are you going to come because we want you to? I need to know that I can live without seeing you at Christmas if it means you're going to feel safe." And she said, "It's all bullshit." She said, she said, "No, it's all bullshit. I'm going crazy in this apartment. I want to come." I said, "Okay." I said, "Okay." I said, "Because if you get sick, it's gonna your entire family's gonna blame me." And she said, "It's all bullshit. Don't worry about it." So exactly, Andrew, exactly. See, Mom's 82 and she's frail. She's only 112 pounds. She's diabetic. She's had a knee replacement. She's had her heart bypassed. I mean, I I desperately wanted to bring her home with me this summer. But no, she wants to come. So the way it's going to work, what is she barking at? Do you want to put her out? Thanks, Nancy. God, I love Nancy. I wish she lived here. Bev, did you get my Christmas card we sent you? Yes, I did. And I'm going to be putting my Christmas cards on display in a way that's going to show. Don't you worry. Howie and I are going to work on it. Maybe even the kids will help me do it. I'll get the kids to help me to build it. Oh, I'm excited. Thank you. So, we miss Nan. We're excited to see her too. Well, I told her I was not going to make the snowballs or the shortbread until she came, until I knew whether or not she was coming. If she wasn't going to come, I was going to make them this week. But I have a couple other things I want to make. Two Family Homestead. If you have a chance to stop in tonight for a quickie, I have Hanukkah lights on my chair. When's the live stream, Sherry? It's her life. This is what I have to go. So Arthur and I got in this big discussion. Oh, I told you about the crapshoot of that. I said, if the vaccine came out and you made a stance that you would not visit me unless I got the vaccine, I'd have to even think about that. Because it's not about whether or not I believe in a vaccine. It's whether or not I believe it's good for my body. It's that simple, right? I have to be very, very careful. I never sent anything to Canada. I worried because I addressed it wrong. Oh, honey, I know it's here. And you're going to see them all. You're going to see them all, okay? Every person has the potential to get like between 5 and 10 cards. The way we set up I think the way Terry, you did an amazing job, by the way, eh? Astra Alba Slave Colony. Do not take the jab. I don't take the flu shot. Why would I take a vaccine if I don't have to? The only way they're going to get me to take the vaccine is by making it law. Now, Arthur said something along the lines of they're making it so that you can't fly without the vaccine. If the vaccine comes, you're not going to be in the US, you're not going to be able to board a plane without having proof that you've had the vaccine. Well, I think that's elitist and exclusive because this is the way I see it. Okay, call me a socialist. But in Canada, they can't force you to wear masks unless they're willing to provide them. Okay? They can't make us do something that is going to cost us money, especially right now. Okay? But all the stores make it very, very, or all the stores I shop at make it like I don't like going to Food Basics. I don't think it's as clean or as well looked after as it should be. For instance, like IGA in Chelsea, which your popcorn was stale, by the way, and I paid like $4 for it. So I ain't ever buying popcorn at the IGA in Chelsea again, just saying. But they keep everything really, really clean, and they're really specific with, checkouts and where you need to stand and all that stuff. I feel safe. I feel safe with that. But on Friday, Briar and I are like going to Walmart and all kinds of stuff. So I'll be armed with masks and sanitizer and all that stuff. That's international flights. Okay, but the thing is you're going to make it, these people have to pay for the vaccines themselves. So you're going to make it so that only the people who can afford it can fly. It's going to make it worse than it already is. How close to the Ontario? Okay, so this is jumping. I missed something here. I got apples draining through a pillowcase, making your crabapple jelly. Well, we'll see, but okay. They're putting a new giant tiger in your town. Cool. I missed something here. I must have missed something here. Vaccines are free in the US. Okay, well, that's good to know. Shows you how much I know about the medical system. Right? But the truth is somebody asked how close we are to the Ontario border. Howie works in Ontario. Right? I'm going shopping I'll probably stay in Quebec. But I mean, Howie works in Ontario every day. And he drives home here. We live just 45 minutes north of the Ontario border into Ottawa. That's how close I am, Angela. I have a mask exemption card. I don't wear a muzzle. I distance myself, but people still give me bad looks. Wow, you have to have an exemption card not to wear a mask? See, the thing is people think it's not law. It's suggestion. And they're making the store owners be responsible. And the sign says, you must wear a mask here. Right? Or we don't have to serve you. So yeah, it's voluntary if you want to, but unless you want to shop, right? Well, Janie, I won't get the vaccine because I had I don't care what people say, it's such a microscopic thing of mercury. Let me put it to you this way, okay? My body, I would rather, God, don't take me up on this, God. I'm doing everything I can to be safe, but I would rather fight off the COVID than introduce something foreign to my body that I don't know how I'm going to react to. A virus is a living, fightable thing. But you put something in my body that I'm not, and this is new. I am not just chemically sensitive and pharmaceutically sensitive. I'm also drug resistant. So it either works really well or it works really bad. One or the other. I have no in between, right? Hey, Chevy Ford Dodge 4x4. How are you, Chevy Ford? Wrangle Star has COVID now. Oh, yeah, I'm noticing it. I'm seeing it in Facebook. More and more people are saying we're being tested. We're being tested. But remember, folks, it's the reason they are selling the fear of COVID is not because it's so deadly, because 99% of the people survive. Okay? We are protecting the weaker people in our society, right? But it's 99% survivable. So, I mean, more people die from the flu. What makes it so terrible is it's 100% communicability. Okay, maybe it's not 100%. Maybe it's 99.99999. But the thing is it flies. And because it's a virus, it's constantly mutating. So it can become airborne, or it is airborne now, or whatever the case may be. But I would still rather battle it with hand sanitizers and face masks and isolation than take something that is going worldwide and I don't trust it. I don't trust it, and I don't trust how my body's going to react to it. I'll tell you something right now. The arm where they would give it to me, I can feel where it would go, and it's not going to be pleasant. So I can't do it. It's not about whether I want to keep other people safe. It's because I'll take my chances, because I know what I can battle and what I can't. And I can't battle something I have no idea what it is. It's airborne. Thank you. It will be something new, and no one will know what the side effects will be. It could be more deadly. It's not that. I mean, if you have no reason, like my mother-in-law, look at my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law gets her flu shot and her pneumonia shot every year because she's been really ill with that. And they say the flu shot will help you fight off COVID. No. What the flu shot does, if it works for you, okay, what the flu shot does is helps you from not getting the flu, because it gives you a little bit of last year's flu in order to help you fight off this year's flu, which is already mutated. However, what they mean when they say it will help you fight off COVID is if you don't get the flu, then you're not going to overwhelm the medical system with testing to see if you have COVID. Right? I don't get the flu shot because the last time I got the flu shot, I got bloody really violently sick. I don't get shots unless I have to. I work at a middle school. If it's coming down the pike, then I will get it. Well, yeah, of course. See, that makes absolute perfect sense to me. Makes absolute perfect sense. If it comes down the pike and my daughter-in-law wants to get it, she works for Canada Post. Of course it makes absolute sense. But for me, what is it, Nancy?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. I thought you were hesitating about something. You know what? A virus is a virus, and it has to run its course. And unfortunately, running its course means the entire world is going to get infected one way or another. It's just the way it's going to be. Do you have a special dish that you make on Christmas Eve? Our tradition is oyster stew. Wow. I know a lot of people, it's like New Year's, Christmas Eve, oyster stew. No, back when we could still eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, we would do that on Christmas Eve. But we're going to actually have our Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve this year. Because, God willing, what's going to happen is next Saturday, okay, this Sunday, Arthur and Mel are coming. I can't believe how fast Christmas is approaching. And then next Saturday, either really, really early in the morning or mid-afternoon Friday, depending on how his work schedule is, we're going to go. I don't know if I'm going to go. I actually may not go, but I want to go to pick up mom because I want to make sure she comes out of that apartment with her mask on and wears her mask whenever we open the car windows or if we have to stop for coffee or bathrooms or anything like that. I want to be there to be vigilant. Pretty sure Howard will be, but I may be more vigilant than he will be with making sure mom is safe. Not that not because he doesn't understand. It's just because he really may not realize just how frail. I'm terrified, right? But if mom wants to be here, she will be here. And then, so we're going to bring her up on like the 11th or 12th. And I'm hoping it doesn't snow this weekend. I'd like to go out and get our Christmas tree. I'll cut one down. Only because I don't like the ones that are cut down. They're already putting them up in gas stations. Not even December yet. Christmas Day, normally prime rib. This year it will be a taco bar. Ooh. Mine is prime rib, but not this year. It costs way too much. We do subs and chips on Christmas Eve. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to do Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. Mom's going to come up, and then hopefully Karen will come up a couple of days before or a day or two before Christmas Eve, and then go home Boxing Day or the day after and taking mom with her. Because they have a cat they have to leave behind. Okay. So I'm sure he'll be okay for a couple of days, but so that's kind of the way it's going to be. So I'd like to do Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve early in the day, have a nice big turkey dinner. And then I'll make my casseroles and all that stuff. And the next day is Christmas Day. And we'll have a nice big breakfast, probably scones and stuff. And then we'll have like turkey. We'll have leftovers for Christmas Day. We're going to have a nice big breakfast. We're going to open our presents. And then we're just going to chill. Please talk to Bev in all caps. Candy, ham, and beans. Stop doing that. When I got married, hubby didn't like fish, and neither do my sons. Stop doing what? Of the 7 fish. I don't know what the 7 feast of the 7 fish are. Christmas Day, is that where he Christmas Day, normally prime rib. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we're going to have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. And then the next day, there's going to be pies and turkey for sandwiches. And there's going to be breakfast. And, like, who wants to cook a turkey on Christmas Day? I don't. So, we're going to do it Christmas Eve. The big dinner in Europe is always on Christmas Eve. Really? Cool. Thank you for your address, Rennie. So, but Christmas Eve, we're doing the big dinner. I'm going to put my casseroles in the freezer. I've already got the pans. I'm going to put the casseroles in the freezer, clean up, do the dishes, and then we're going to watch movies. And I'm pretty sure, knowing my sister-in-law, Karen, it's going to be Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. And I haven't seen 2 yet, so I'm saving it for Christmas Eve. What's pozole? My parents got married on December 23rd. We always had shrimp, and mom would make daddy oyster stew. Ah. Christmas Eve is my night with the kids and lasagna with the works. Christmas Day is just me. Well, I asked Arthur, what would you rather have? The gluten-free lasagna or spatchcock chicken and rice? And he said, well, I said, I'd actually really like the spatchcock chicken and rice. So I have a way I'm going to cook chicken and rice on Sunday. I'm going to do it differently. So maybe I'll make a video. I'm going to do spatchcock chicken and rice, but I'm not going to do the chicken and rice the way I always do it. It's going to be with a spatchcock chicken. So Christmas Eve would have been their 70th anniversary. Wow. Oh, Autumn, I'm glad you get your kids on Christmas Eve, though. I'd rather have them like I told Arthur's father before Arthur was even born. Okay? I said, if we're not together, which I knew we weren't going to be, you can have him when he gets older, Christmas Day after we open gifts, if you need to. I said, but Christmas Eve is always mine. Christmas Eve and Christmas morning is always mine. Now I'm a lot, the kids are grown, right? So turkey goes into the oven at midnight and ready Christmas morning, just like Mama did it. Oh my God. Mom would get up at like, I don't know if she ever went to friggin' bed because they didn't put the gifts under the tree. The gifts did not arrive under the tree until we were all asleep. Do you have any? Well, we know how hard it is to get kids to sleep on Christmas Eve, right? Not my kids. My kids were fine. Me, I'm up at 5 o'clock in the morning going, Merry Christmas! Up the stairs, and the kids are going, Mom, come on, let me sleep. I could never understand that, right? But my mom would get up. Or if she didn't go to bed, I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask her when I meet her in heaven. But all the presents, the stockings, everything got put under the tree Christmas Eve. Mom and Dad were half cut normally. Christmas Eve, they'd get half in the bag and visit neighbors. And, well, our whole street was family and neighbors. So they would do like Christmas Eve, they'd be hopping around. So I remember my last Christmas Eve with my mom. I think they went to my sister's in-laws. Yeah. And, because we had family on the street. We had family all over the city. So they would do that. I don't know how they did it because we would have to be in bed and they would, do things. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, my mom was putting a turkey in the oven and making breakfast. The turkey would go in the oven. Maybe she put it in the night before, but she would put turkey in the oven and then make breakfast. And we could not open gifts until we had all eaten breakfast because Mom knew. Hubby and I would wrap gifts Christmas Eve so the kids thought Santa brought the gifts. Sometimes we did. But as the years went by, before we quit drinking, I learned before even Howie and I met, that I would buy all year round and save it for Christmas. Why did I move to Quebec? Wow. You really want to know that? Are you ready for the truth? Gonna judge me? Does anybody want to know the answer to why I moved to Quebec? We always had to have a good breakfast on Christmas morning, and then the rest of the day we could eat whatever we wanted, pretty much. Right? We would be too excited for the turkey dinner. I'm pretty sure I'm still too excited for the turkey dinner. I don't eat much. Okay, we used to, now daughter is older and let her open gifts Christmas Eve. All right, I ran away from home. I moved to Quebec. Okay. Many of you who've been with me a long time realize that I have mental health issues or emotional health issues. Okay. And I grew up in an alcoholic family. And you've heard me talk about hoping that each generation gets healthier than the last. I grew up with all kinds of mixed messages on how marriage and life should be and what love was. This is why I always talk about self-love and authentic self-love, okay, where it starts with you. So, and remember, I've talked about when someone really, really close to you dies, whether it's a parent or a spouse or a child or some of your best friend or your best pet, whatever the case may be. Mourning used to happen for a year. Why would they put people into deep mourning? Everyone thinks it's stupid. Life should go on, blah, 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 blah. Mourning was introduced because, and I learned this through the 12-step program, making life-changing decisions within a year after a major life upset, like getting sober or losing somebody you love, okay, to death. Making major life-changing decisions in that year after this major upheaval, you're not in your right mind. You are not in your right mind. Okay? Howie and I were sober when I ran away to Quebec. Now, I ran away to Quebec because I discovered, you're going to laugh, but I discovered the internet. And in the year before my father passed away, the 6 months before my father passed away, Howie was trying to work every day and still work in our garage at night. He was opening a little business. That left Howie. Now, this is when we were sober. That left Howie home for breakfast and home for supper. And he would crawl into bed between 11 and 12 o'clock every night. And that left me isolated without a car, because at the time I did have a car. But that left me really isolated with the internet to talk to. And this was in 2000. Okay. This is before my father died. It was 1999, and I got a computer, and we were sober, but Howie was starting to work and work and work. And I was feeling more and more put aside. So I started talking to people in chat rooms on the internet, where I discovered I had the gift of a writer's soul. But it wasn't healthy. All these people I was communicating with, it wasn't healthy. I was getting attention, and it was the wrong kind of attention that I was getting. Okay? And then my father died. Howie figured out what was going on. And we had this thing, right? And I wanted to leave him. Okay? And he begged me. No, he didn't beg me. He said, nothing's going to get fixed if you run away. Basically. And then my father died. I was going to leave him and take the kids and go live with my dad for a while. But my dad wasn't well, and I refused to see it. So my sister got married at the end of October. A week later, after I had asked my father, could we move in? And he said, yes. He said, I'm not good at it, but he said, yeah, it's okay, but I can't, I'm not well. And I said, okay. And then my sister got married, and Howie and I, what I thought we did was work through our stuff. And then my father died a week after that. I had phoned my father the week before and said, it's okay, Dad, we got it worked out. I'm going to be okay. And he died. And I often wondered if I hadn't told him it was okay, would he have gone? Sorry, folks. I'm just discovering that memory. I'm just discovering. Excuse me. I'm just realizing I've been carrying that around with me for 20 years. Give me a second. So my dad died, and I became an orphan at 36 years old. And I didn't take it well. So I met a man on the internet in Ireland. Now, I know subconsciously, part of me was, I picked this man because he was married and far, far away. But I also picked him because he was 10 years older than me, had false teeth, and was losing his hair. I was looking for my dad. And my cousin Dee Dee said, no. Because because I wasn't going to leave Howie for him. I know he never was going to come to Canada. I knew that. But I chose to ignore and listen to the lies that offered me something I thought I needed. So my cousin Dee Dee said, because I made the mistake of saying, if he shows up here, I'll leave. I'll be gone. And she said, no, you won't. She said, no, you won't. You get your ass and you come to Quebec. You come to Quebec. Because if you get in a car or on a motorcycle or whatever it is with some man and you leave your children behind, you'll never get them back. But I was in such pain. I didn't know what to do. I'm not proud of this, guys. I'm really not proud of this, okay? So when my inheritance from my dad came in, I paid off a bunch of bills, which I couldn't pay off our mortgage or anything because it wasn't that much, but it was a considerable amount. And I paid off credit cards and I filled the freezer and I bought Howie a motorcycle. And while he was at work one day, my neighbors helped me pack a moving van. And Howie knew because he said to me the night before or the week before, he said, why do I feel like every time I leave the house, I'm going to come home to it empty again? Because it's not the first time I've done that, folks. You got to stop looking at me like I'm this paragon of virtue, because in order to be who I am today, I had to live through this shit, right? My eyes are. So anyway, because we were going to renovate, and so I started packing up books and all this stuff. But Howie saw something with me packing. He saw the truth, but he wouldn't. He believed me when I said, no, don't be silly. And he came home from work one day and I was gone. And the kids, and Arthur had already gone to his father's in New Brunswick. And I took Briar with me. And my cousin Kevin drove the truck. And I am not proud of that decision. My dad had only been gone for 6 months. And I went to a shelter so that I could get into the system faster. I got a lawyer because you can't get welfare unless they make you go to a lawyer who's going to rape your husband for everything they can get. And that it's not that I didn't love my husband. I always loved my husband. But I just didn't believe he loved me. We've been down this road before. I didn't know I was worth loving. I had no idea. So, I had left him a letter saying I wanted a divorce, that I didn't believe he loved me, la, 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 all that stuff. Now, he knew something was coming because all this stuff had been going on before my dad died, right? And so he, part of his agreement, like him and I worked it out on the phone. We made an agreement that between the money that Donnie was giving me for Arthur, which wasn't much, but it was like, $150 a month at the time. And we worked it out that if Howie could give me an X number a month amount, and if he could provide me with a car for a safe car for the kids, I would be able to manage. And he would still be able to pay off. Like I said, you take all the debt. I'll take my credit card and you just give me this much. And the lawyer said, no, no, he's got to pay you for you. He's got to pay you for the kids. Even if the first son isn't his even by adoption, he's still been raising him as a son. So he's got to pay for him. And it was like, I'm backing up away from the lawyer going, you people really don't want people to reconcile. You just go right for the fucking throat. And she said, if we don't, then you are a burden on the system. So before we went any further, I took my cousin Dee Dee's husband with me so that he could be a rational brain while I was there, because I'm still really bruised, right? We do wear a lot of hats. I'm okay, Teflon. I was just, sharing some really old stuff and obviously I'm finding some new things and thank you for allowing me to realize that I thought I had let my father die. Okay, that was, I didn't know I was carrying that. So it's gone. Thank you for that, for being here for me for that. So anyway, Howie bought me a car and he he came up with a friend. He got his friend to drive the truck and Howie drove the car. It was my Ford Topaz. And I drove that thing right through to the bakery, working at the bakery. Anyway, he said he brought a friend who brought his truck so that he put his friend on the bus and sent him back, paid for his bus, and so that he'd have the truck to drive back to Ontario. Because then we lived down in South Central Ontario by the lake. And he said to me, okay, we got to make sure it had to be certified. So he was staying there to make sure it got certified, right? But he said, get in the front seat and make sure that, it fits you, because I was a lot bigger than I am right now. And he said, make sure it fits you and that you can reach the pedals and get behind the wheel and all that stuff. And so I said, okay. And I sat in the car and he had me trapped. And he leaned in. And he kissed me and he said, I love you, Bev. He knew, the bastard knew. It's in his kiss. Do you remember the first kiss he ever gave me? I still feel it on my cheek. So that weekend, Dee Dee looked after Briar, and Howie and I went away. And the healing started. But he will tell you. Well, he won't tell you because he's really private. But he told me when I finally surrendered, he said, Bev, we'll sell the house. I'll move to Ottawa. There's lots of work in Ottawa, right? Better work in Ottawa. And when I surrendered, he said, finally, right? I said, you ever try and leave me, I'll hunt you down and I'll kill you, right? Because I still wasn't secure. And he said later on when I was more emotionally sound, we'd bought a house that we were going to lose anyway, it didn't matter. He told me why he chased me down one last time. And he said, Bev, I got lost in my own world. And when I realized I was making you feel left behind, it was already too late. And then your dad died. It was almost too late, but then your dad died. He said, if I had thought for 1 second you did any of this in your right mind and in your right heart, I would have let you go. He said, but you were not emotionally well. How could I have ever doubted him. So I have spent every waking day since. Yeah, I get angry at him, and that's okay because you know what? We're married. But it's just been in the last couple of years that I have realized just how much my husband has borne up under being married to me. And you wonder why I let him have a race car. I'm sorry, I have not been watching the chat because I would have been all over the place if I had. And look where you are today, sharing your love all around the world. It's easy to think that we're the only one that's fucked up, but so important to share. This is why, and thank you so much, but this is why I tell people, do not put me on a pedestal. It's really high and my bones are brittle. Okay? I am nobody special. I just knew, and this is another important thing you need to hear. Okay? Because now you know the rest of the story. All right? What you need to hear is that love is not always enough, because I never stopped loving. Love was never the issue. But the commitment has to be. Okay? Love it can't be just love. You have to have common goals. You have to be with a partner who's going to fight for your marriage when you can't. And that you're going to fight for your marriage when he can't. Because the first time I ran away, first 2 times I ran away, it was over alcohol. Right? And that was the only thing I had left to fight for. Like before we got when we got sober, I thought, oh, everything's going to be wonderful now that we're sober. Man, that shit just, you know what sober means? Son of a bitch, everything's real. Right? Why? Because now you're forced to deal with stuff without your best crutch. That became your best friend, which one day you woke up. It's alcohol with an alcoholic is, alcohol and an alcoholic have a relationship. I'm not kidding. And that relationship bears you up when you can't do what you need to do for yourself. But one day the alcohol goes, now I gotcha. And it turns on you and you become a slave. Right? It's like any relationship. If it's not equal, if you're not both willing to fight for it, maybe at different times. Okay, people have a tendency to think you're always pulling in harness in the same speed. You're not, man. A, we're a man and a woman. B, we were raised by similar but different parents. And C, you've got to have that level of commitment, dedication, and vision of where you want to go in order for you to work together like that. It's not easy. This is why I tell people, don't spend $10,000 or $20,000 on the perfect wedding. Get pre-marriage counseling first, right? Wait a year. How many women have had that happen or out of the blue ass kicking? Yeah, we've all been through that one. Absolutely. But you give 100% on both sides, but it's not always at the same time. So whenever someone, and I borrowed this from a couple who had been married for 50 years, and they were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary. And they were like in their 70s, right? Or maybe it was their 60th wedding. Whatever the case may be, they were really, really elderly. And they were sitting, and somebody asked them, what's the secret to the length of your marriage? And he said, we never fell out of love at the same time. Is that you, darling? What? Is Howie here? Not yet. Oh, okay. I heard you talking to someone. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I was not raised up to Prince Charming. That was an ideal I had my own, but the only thing I really did right, the only
Heading
thing,
out, Beth.
huh?
I'm heading out.
Oh, well, come and give me a
Bye,
hug.
everybody.
Come and give me a hug. Just turn your head that way. No, that way, that way. There we
I
go.
thought you were going up.
Okay, let's do that this way. How come you're all wet?
Because I just brought all my stuff outside and it's raining.
Oh,
There's my lemon cranberry.
it's in the bottom of the freezer, the fridge freezer.
Okay.
It's in the top drawer, the top shelf, in the back. It's wrapped in Christmas cellophane. You'll
Thank
know it.
you.
I love you. Make sure you share it with your mom and sister, okay?
I will.
All right. I love you, Nancy. Drive safe. This time of year, rain can turn to freezing rain in a heartbeat and you won't see it coming. Please, do you have snow tires?
Yep.
Please be careful, okay, darling?
Will do. Thank you.
And I will see you on the 9th or 10th.
Okay.
All right. I love you, darling. Give my love to everybody. When we talked to the minister before we got married, he asked us if we had the money for the divorce. Oh my God, that's horrible. The Catholic Church does make you have a class. I think it's 6 weeks, not sure on that. When I was going to marry Mike, okay, you got to remember, okay, this is what I'm going to tell you. The smartest thing I ever did was say yes, but then realize that before it got really too deep was that I couldn't marry anybody until I was absolutely 100% sure that I wanted to spend the rest of my life. My father used to say, love. I said, oh, I'm in love. Oh, love. But do you know whether or not he throws skid-marked underwear under the bed? I said, what does that got to do with it? Everything, my dad said. Love is all perfume and roses and flowers and makeup and drives in the country. And then when you get married, it's cleaning toilets and fishing dirty underwear out from under the bed. You don't know whether this person's a slob, blah, 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 right? My dad educated me. So when Rob, no, I had a few Robs. There was a Rob, a Rob, and a Bob, a Rob, a Rob, and a Bob. Okay. When Rob number 1 asked me to marry him when we were 17, 18, I said yes, but it never happened. I had to break up with him, right? Because I had more to do in my life. When I got pregnant with Arthur, Donnie said, well, if you're pregnant, we'll get married and that's it. Catholic family, right? If you're pregnant, we'll get married. That's it. I said, no, it's not that simple. I love you, Donnie, but I got to make sure you love me. And I will always love Arthur's father. Really glad I didn't marry him. Okay. So I have and then there was Mike. Okay. And Mike said, move in. I let my family talk in, move in. We'll see how it goes. And if in a year we want to get married, we'll get married. I was already picking out invitations in 6 months, not because of me, but because he was rushing me into it. And we got, I was taking catechism classes with him as my sponsor. I had to break up with him before I got my confirmation, all that stuff. But I still broke up with him. Okay. Why? Because I knew. You ever see the movie 7 Brides for 7 Brothers? And she'd say, why him? Her foster parents said, why him? And she said, you've had your pick of all the young men around here. And she said, I tried and tried again. And I'd say yes to one of them. And then I'd get this sinking feeling awful inside and I couldn't do it. I know that feeling. But when I said yes to Howard, there was not a doubt in my mind. And thank God, because we have come to some real close deal-breaking moments in our marriage, but we've always managed to pull each other forward in the harness. Okay, I'm going to pull harder because you're obviously not you're not well right now. Right? Guys are good at hiding who they are after the I do's. That monster comes out. Howie never hid a damn thing from me. Never. What I saw was what I got. A hard-working drunk. But you can't choose who you fall in love with. You really can't choose who you want to spend the rest of your life. You could choose, but if you're smart, you'll let fate choose for you and you'll know, right? It's the only honest thing I ever did was marry Howard. Really, if you think about it, because I've been too screwed up most of my life to be honest. That's why I work really hard at talking about being honest with yourself. It is so important. It impacts every other decision you make in your life. And think about this. Every decision you make impacts everybody around you. So you want to be right. Right? Or at least able to say, I screwed up when you weren't right. I pick up Hub's underwear by the elastic. Well, I've taught how he actually does a lot of time he does his own laundry now. Not that it's bad or good or bad, but if he comes in and he's got a crap load of dirty clothes because he's been working in the garage, he'll throw them in the washer and he'll say, is there anything in the hamper that you don't mind going in with these? I'll say, oh yeah, my pants or whatever, right? But I mean, you saw his bed stripped. We do our laundry at not different times, but you know, we do. It's like, okay, you ready for your bed to be washed? Yes. Strip your bed and I will do it. You put your blanket in the washing machine. I can't lift it anymore. That kind of thing, right? Being with the B man for 35 years never allowed him to abuse me. Oh, how he lifted his hand to me once. I've hit him a couple of times. But I lifted my hand to, he lifted his hand to me once in drunk when I was trying to leave with Arthur when Arthur was a toddler. And I looked at him. His hand was up like this. And it was in the hallway of our townhouse. The front hallway where all the front doors were. And I said, you hit me, you make sure I don't get up. You make it a good one. Because if I get up, I will kill you. And no matter how drunk he was, and he had been drinking all day, he read that in my eyes because he put his hand down and stepped aside. So my husband was too afraid of my family to ever hit me. Oh no, Howard wasn't afraid of his family. He's afraid of me. You know why? Because I told him once. Oh, yeah, he says, I know, blah, 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 blah. You cheek. He said, you've hit me, blah, blah, blah. You know, he said, you hit me a third time, I get to hit you back. I said, just remember something. He said, what? I said, your fists are bigger than mine. You're stronger than me, and you got to fucking sleep sometime. Yeah. Would you deal with me? He knows just how nuts I have been in the past. You're talking about a woman who painted the stairs high gloss British, I think it was British brown, like the color of a British teapot. And as I went up the stairs afterwards, I realized how glossy they were and how drunk he was most nights. And I thought, you know what? This is how insane alcoholism gets. I thought, you know what? If it gets too bad, one night he gets up, when he's going downstairs to go to the bathroom, I'll just give him a nudge with my hip. No one will ever, ever accuse me. He'll just fallen downstairs in a drunken stupor. And then I went, in my brain, like it sounds meditated now, but at the time it was just a thought that flickered through my head as I was standing at the top of the stairs looking down. We're thinking, oh, those are going to be really slippery. And that's when the thought hit. So you know what I did? I went into the closet, the cubby closet at the top of the stairs that had, we had torn up all the carpets and put down linoleum, but there was still carpet in the cubby closet. I tore up that carpet and I cut it into strips and I friggin' stapled them down to every tread. Boom, 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 boom. And Howie comes home and he goes, nice paint job. What's with the ugly carpet? And I said, it's a long story. I'll tell you about it someday. I told him when we sobered up. Oh, I gotta turn some lights on for Howie. I'll be right back for the closing because we've been here for over an hour and a half. I have to pee. I have to turn lights on for Howie so he doesn't fall down the front steps. Gracie Magoo. Oh, they are on. Okay. They're already on. I'll be with you in a second, folks. Oh. Is it Daddy, Gracie? And I'll be with him on that midnight train to Georgia. Gracie, stop. I'd rather live in his world. I gotta put her out, guys. I think she knows Daddy's coming. My world, his world, our world, leaving on the train. Ooh. Wow, I feel like an old dirty out. I feel like an old dish rag that's been wrung out too hard. 89, 87. I caught you at 91, so bugger off. I became the strong-willed one now. We have been married 46 years. All good now. 30 years since Howie now. What? I didn't even know you were here. All right, I'm going to close up now on my live stream, and I'll dish up dinner, dear. My love is home. So, we're still growing as a couple. We always will. It's just like growing as a person. Except now we're growing together as we go, right? There is nothing, even if I don't want anything to do with, okay, let's put it this way. Howie wants to go to Tennessee, to Bristol, Tennessee in 2022, okay? He's going to break in the new motor this year, practice getting his times right and everything, but he wants to go to Bristol, Tennessee. I love you too, sweetheart. Hey, Mary Fair. And I said to him, and I've told him in the past, this racing has been an issue, but now we've been working through how we want to do things. So he wants to go to Bristol next in summer 2022 for, and I said, oh, great. That's what I want to do. 2 weeks in Tennessee in the middle of summer, where we're going to have to run the generator and burn through all our gas on a daily basis to keep me cool in the air conditioning. I said, that's what I want to do. And he goes, Bev, there's a campground right across the way. Howie, how far away is the campground in Bristol from the racetrack?
Right in the racetrack.
It's right in the racetrack.
Right above it.
And it has a pool.
I believe it does. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Come in and say hi. People hear you and they want to say hi.
I'm exhausted.
I know. Go have an Epsom salts bath, and I will put away the stuff and dish up dinner. Okay? Okay, whatever. So this is I said, I don't know. That's what I want to do. Yeah, right. And he goes, Bev, there's a campground with a pool and hookup and everything. And I went, oh, okay, I'm good. As long as my needs are taken care of, and I'm not worried about spending too much money, because what he wants to do is we want to take the coach, haul the race car, and then when we're down there, just rent a little beater, like rent a little car to get us around and all, because I want to go see Dollywood and all this stuff, right? So that's a plan in the making, right? Thing is I'm willing and happy to be a part of and support all this stuff with racing. But it's also got to be for me too. And I'm happy. As long as there's a campground with hookup, I'm good. Right? Yes, we can visit you and hang out. Love and learn is how a relationship survives. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I haven't even had a puff. So I'm going to save my medication for after supper when Howie and I are in front of the TV. All right. It's been an hour and 44 minutes, but it was a really emotional, real stream. Okay. Not sure if I should, I'm not sure if I should make it private or not. I don't know how. How do you feel about that? Because I got pretty raw here, and I don't want people feeling they have the right just because I shared that they have a right to criticize. Okay, I have a I'm still very, my skin is still very, very thin when it comes to stuff like that. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, Ribby, yarn, make it private. I'd come to see you. How far is Florida from Tennessee?
A fair piece.
Trust your gut on private or not. Private, private, private. Open, private. I'm getting more privates than open. It sounds like you are uncomfy with sharing. I'm not uncomfortable with sharing. It's just really, it was just really raw stuff. Do you know what, Howard? Do you know what I discovered today? That I thought I encouraged Dad to die. Now think about this. Do you remember we were going through all that bullshit before Dad died? And then we sort of got it sorted out, and then Dad died and I went off the deep end? Well, the week before Dad died, I phoned him because I had asked him if the kids and I could go stay with him. Did you know that? No. Okay, you didn't know that. I had asked him before Wendy's wedding. And he said he wasn't well, but yeah, if it was, for short term or whatever, right? The week after Wendy's wedding, you and I had worked out a truce at one point. And I said, it's okay, Dad. I phoned him and said, it's okay. We're not going to come. It's okay. We got it. We're going to be okay. And he died a week later, and I thought I'd given him permission to die. I thought he was living to be there for his kids. Yeah, I know. Talk about the arrogance of alcoholism, eh?
You don't have that much power.
I don't have that much power. But the thing is I got to let go of that today. I didn't even know I was holding on to it. Awesome. Right? What's for dinner? Oh, you'll see tomorrow in tomorrow's video. All right, listen. I am going to make this private. So I'm actually really grateful that Bob Brink gave me a tip of $20 because once this video goes private, I cannot earn. And that's okay. I don't need to necessarily earn on my pain. But I want to thank everybody here for being here for me today. Oh God, I appreciate it so much. You don't see my hands, I'm like this. I appreciate you so, so much. You have no idea. So yeah, I'm going to make it private. All right. But for all those who care to, please help me close with a response. I almost said the responsibility pledge. Please help me close with some spiritual nourishment. It was a pretty emotional stream today, and I just want to thank God for that. You do you. Don't let my faith stop you from adding your shine to our blessing. Why? Because it's mine. Yours is yours, and you do you. This is non-denominational, not because we don't have denominations. It's because we don't want to infringe on other people's. We just want to share what's similar, not tear each other down for what's not. Understood? Okay, so let's take a nice deep breath. Hey, God, it's us. Before I go, God, before I do anything, God, I'm just gonna tell you, I am so blessed to have my YouTube family. I'm so blessed to have the family I have on the internet and off. I am so, so blessed in my marriage and in my children and in my family and in my friends and my YouTube family. So, God, I got nothing other to say than thank you. But, God, not everybody is up to the struggles of life. Not everybody can muscle through things to see a clearer path. That's why we need you, God. We need you for when the things get dark. We need you when we get sick. We need you when our loved ones are not well or they're away from us and we can't be allowed to be there for them. This is a real hard time in our lives, God, and this time of year is really rough on a lot of people. So, God, please let us be examples and vessels of your peace. Let us be examples and vessels of your love. Let us shine in your love, God, and light the way for anybody else who wants to shine, just doesn't know how. God, please look after all of our friends and our family and all of the people that have no friends and family. Let us be there for them, God. Let us do it for them until they can do it for themselves. In this we pray. Because we know when we shine, we push back at the darkness. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. You missed that. It was buffering. Amen. Namaste. Shalom. Peace be with you. Merry meet. Blessed be. Go with God. Whatever your denomination or salutation be, let it be spoke, knowing that you're being heard. You're being heard. All right? I love you guys. It's only Monday, which means we got another live stream tomorrow. Maybe not so long. All right? Take care. God bless. Did somebody tip me again? North Pole. Thank you, darling. Hang on a second. Begging. Thank you, honey. All right. That was Christelle. All right. This is Mrs. Wolfe from our Half Acre Homestead saying we'll see you tomorrow. All right? Everything being equal and normal. Love you. Take care. God bless. Don't forget, your life has value, or you wouldn't be walking on the earth.